All right, good day, everybody. This your boy, your friend, your gentleman. I am Donald Moranis, and I am here with a very special friend of mine. We've been locked in for almost decades. We knocking on a decade now. We've been in it. We came from the same game. If you don't know, this is nightlife. Exoticprenuer for life, and this is the mind of the exoticprenuer. And what I want to introduce you is a woman that has took the city by storm. Look, she was from she was from Jersey. She came up to the 313 and she just changed everything out. And I'm going to introduce you to some and let y'all all know to many, Miss Asian Kiwi.
Yay!
First of all, I want to thank you for taking the time out to come on your show, because I know you're a very busy person and you're tapping out. It's been a journey. To say the least, you are actually in the original writing of the book you put out.
Yes.
The book that I wrote called Defined by Her.
Yeah. The one with the face on it.
Yeah, the one with the face. Yep. And in there we talked about some of the road trips and driving across country. So if there was ever a moment where that anything in this book would seem unrealistic or like fabricated, it was like, nah, they ain't really do all that.
Not at all. I mean, even when you were writing it, you said, like, can I put you in my book? And I was like, as long as it's true facts, I mean, it doesn't matter. As long as I did it, then I'll own up to it, you know what I mean?
That part. So, if you did it, she said, if you did it, you're not going to do it. So, this girl got her, look at her, this is good skin. This is really good skin. Like, she got a big smile, big personality, and it's been going crazy. So, so today, we're actually going to do something outside of this time. We actually have an event coming up, which is March 23rd. It's the Love Connection 23. So, the Exoticprenuer is transitioning out of the nightlife, but don't want to play. It's there, but we still practicing our relationship habit.
Yes.
And the relationship habit is finding love, professionally and privately. So what today, I'm actually going to be asking you questions on the relationship world.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's going to be super exciting because you will actually be in the building.
Yes.
March 23rd.
For the event, yes.
Yep. So since you're going to be in the building and people haven't been, some people haven't got to know you in 313 on regular work, because we still twerking and working a little bit here and there.
Yes.
So because of that, a lot of times people don't know how to approach you sometimes. Or is that true? People don't approach you?
I mean, it's really upon them. I've had different guys approach me. Some people give me their best. Some people give me their tried and true lines that they give me. It's with them.
What was some of the interesting lines that people then gave you?
Oh, I mean, I've had people just ask me to marry them. The first line. Why would you go up to someone and say marry me?
Because they wanted to put it on.
That's their line. That's their pickup line.
It was like there was first line, first time. They was like, listen, you gotta take it up the market fast. That's crazy.
My usual response is, I need to see the ring first.
Think they're ready.
I need to see the ring first.
Touche. They the fact that what was some of the weirdest things that people have approached you with that made you look at them like, are you serious?
Approached me with? I recall a time I was going on the bus with my grandmother, and someone was, I was only like a year or two in, and they were like, Asian Kiwi, and I'm like, I don't know who Asian Kiwi is. My grandma, they were just so wanted to meet me, and I felt so bad. I just let the bus go by.
Oh wow. let it keep going. So um, that was then. Now, what is it like now being more? I guess you would say known.
Oh, it's actually tougher being more known. You know, when you're coming out, everyone's just so excited. But being more known, they're like, "What's the next step? What's the next step? What are you gonna do now? How can we support?" You know, that's actually the best part. You know, people are pushing you to do your job. You know, in a regular job, you're the only one who has to mentally be there and be like, "I can do this." But in our field, it's the crowd that's pushing you to say like keep going, keep going. So that's why I like this field.
So, so in this field, in our field, working in that space, um, has the support been more consistent now that they kind of got to know you, or what are some of the pros about working in this field, and what are some of the
Okay, so definitely the pros is you get to meet a lot of different people and they're like your ride or dies for life, you know? They're always checking up on you. They're always wondering what 2 cents they can put in. As far as the negative is, you know, you're never really taken seriously because you're always in the limelight, you're always running, you're always doing something. So, relationship wise, you know, it's hard to commit to something because the lifestyle is so outrageous that you don't have a set schedule and what you're actually like a routine.
routine? Now there.
Do you have a routine in this?
Absolutely, I got a routine.
I don't have a routine
Like,
at all.
you know, because I have to run the show. At one
Yeah.
time, me being running, you know, starting off as a manager and then becoming an operator, where then I had to be on site, I had to take the move, and I had to manage the mid, the movement, the security, the back office, the front office, and keep the peace. Being organized was very, very important. And it was funny when we was on the road how smooth it was. Despite the horror stories that some people has told me about,
Yeah.
and some of the ones that I think you told me about, of like when you're teaming up with girls. You know, when you're teaming with girls, a lot of times they don't act right, at all. And it'd be kind of crazy when we were on the road.
Yes.
It was
It was
smooth.
Yeah.
We was
It was the
lifestyle.
dynamic of the different personalities, you know.
And actually, it's good that you had actually was telling me about the relationship part, because I got a couple questions I want to ask you. And so one of the questions I want to ask you real quick, one of the questions I want to ask you is, are there new rules in 2024 when it comes to dating?
You know, if there are new rules, I'm probably going to be the last person to know because I'm just not out there like that in dating. I've tried and tried and tried, but it seems like everything, you got to lay everything on the line nowadays. You know, there's social media out there, there's, ways to look up your information, so you got to just be truthful and just give them your version of yourself.
So what are your dating rules if someone wants to work with you?
And my dating rules are just tell me how it is. I don't want I want you to be yourself, I don't want you to make up something or be someone that you're not because you're trying to impress me. You know.
They got us.
That's how I am. I can be that person that you want me to be. I can be the baking cookies and watching movies and staying at home, but at the end you're gonna need like an outlet. You know what I mean? I basically want a relationship where you don't need an outlet. You want to come home. That's your safe haven. When you don't need an outlet, then the relationship is fine. You don't need to really go anywhere. You don't really need to prove anything to anybody. So it's just your little safe haven.
Yeah, so it's great that you talk about that as I guess in the regular world or in the normal world, that most people, it's been a very big trendable topic of being a man or a partner's piece instead of being just a piece or just
Yeah,
being
it's
a
just being
crate.
yourself.
You know,
That's what it is. I don't want to have to change for somebody. And
right?
I don't want you to have to change for me.
Right.
So if we're harmonious together, not changing for each other, then it should work.
Yeah,
I mean,
in most cases.
the more you're trying to push it, the more it just falls flat on its face. So
You know, what is something that your partner can do to show you that they care?
I'm not. I mean, of course, I'm materialistic. Oh yay, gimme, gimme, gimme. But it's really about the time. Time is the currency to
Time.
me. If you show me that you're willing to put in time, which is something that I can't get back, that's more valuable to me than something materialistic. So
Makes sense. Makes sense. So, are you so? If they would put that as a level of a love language, that would be one of your strongest love language. Quality time.
yes, definitely.
Okay. So these are notes here.
We don't even need to be doing anything. Just stare into each other's eyes for 5 minutes a day. I don't know. That's quality time to me. Like, wow.
Yeah, so that's super dope. Um, here's a question for you: what is the weirdest place that you met someone?
The weirdest place I met someone. I'm not sure. That's a good one. I've met a lot of people, so many different places, but I don't know. That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
The weirdest place I've met someone. You meet people everywhere though, so I don't go into weird places trying to meet people. So I'm here.
Right. I mean,
Go looking for the weird places. Like, this is a weird place. And maybe I'll meet somebody here.
All right, but then I mean, pretty much everywhere you go, somebody's pretty much trying to holler. Is it more of a common?
Um, I no, not really, because sometimes I look like, oh, this guy's definitely gonna ask for my number, and then they just
Mm-hmm.
walk the other way. I was like, wow. And then there are guys that I give a chance to because they really tried effort, and that's all you need is just effort with me. You don't need that much, but I like to give props where. That was good. That was good. I rated an 8 out of 10. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. Yeah, dancers or exoticpreneurs or especially women, they get shot their shot so many times throughout the night.
Touche. Touche.
So we're looking for some creativity. Don't give us the random line. Hey. So.
That familiarity is a lot that I learned. Like the more familiar they are with you, the less likely they're gonna raise their super creep, space.
I mean, even with super creeps, at least you know what they want. Yeah, right then and there. Oh, okay, you're a creep. I get it. Okay, did you need something, or did you want a content video, or help ease your?
Make it make sense.
Yeah.
Like make it make sense.
I'd rather you be direct and straightforward than what do you like to do? What do you like to eat? Like, no, this is what I want. This is what I want you to do. Okay, that's fine.
Make it make sense. Make sense. How about this? Have you ever dated someone off of Facebook?
No. I have already knew them already.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
they have to be in some type of proximity of yours.
No, not really. It's that feeling I get. I'm very, very like tuned to my emotions. So if I get a heebie-jeebie feeling, then I just stop.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, you don't get to see those emotions come out during Facebook. You're just reading words.
Right.
So I do meetups and stuff like that, just to see how the energy is.
Mm-hmm.
And then, not gonna lie, there are some people that I had great dates with, and then it just died down the weeks to come.
Mm-hmm.
And I never knew what went wrong.
That's interesting. So, depending on their energy, is how you reciprocate the energy.
Yeah, definitely, because it's different for you. It's the woman. So, um, you know, you're supposed to lead. You
True.
know what I mean? So I go by if you're in a bad mood, if you're in it, that's always going to affect me in a relationship, whether we're dating or not. So I'm always trying to look at a way to please you or make your day just a little bit better.
Alright. So is traditional. So do you find yourself being more traditional in your relationship or more modern?
Oh, um, I guess traditional model. What is that?
Traditional or
Modern.
modern,
Yeah,
modern. You know,
traditional
these
modern. It's
2024.
half and half, I guess. You can't really go all the way with one and all the way with the other. Traditionally, back then, it was always the person that makes the most money makes the decisions.
Is that something that was common in your culture?
Yeah, definitely. Because that's the head of the household, kind of. So, um, if it's the mom, if it's the dad, that's who usually has the power. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I have dated, when I made more. I have dated where I made less. So, the relationship kind of just goes from there.
Mm-hmm.
Modern wise, I wouldn't be able to just not have any money making ways.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Modern wise, there are women who are just gonna be like, okay, I'll cook and clean for you if you provide for me. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Mm-hmm. You got to keep a hustle going.
At least something,
Mm-hmm.
because I get bored very,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
So it definitely got to be a space where that you got to stay active or at least keep your mind active at some point.
Yeah, definitely
Well, that's fair
a
enough.
hobby or something.
They So how important is monogamy to polygamy in regards like because you're still like working in the industry.
Uh-huh.
Does it do you prefer the person you're dating to be more like exclusive to you, or are you open to like a more polygamous relationship?
Oh, that's tough. Because there are a few factors that consider. Um, when you say dating, you're saying dating, so we're not engaged, we're not married. I'm not the type of person to say, hey, you're only supposed to be with me because we're in a relationship. You could be down to 2 picks or
Mm-hmm.
3 picks, or like I might be on the bench. I don't know, but to be exclusive with somebody, I would only really be exclusive if it was like, okay, we're on the fiance stage now,
Mm-hmm.
or we're married already. Obviously, I would want it to be private, but I'm not gonna like. If you were dating me and then you start talking to my friend, I'm not gonna stop you from talking to my friend because that might be your soulmate. So it's like
Mm.
I don't want to stop you from finding your soulmate. If it wasn't me, it wasn't me. But I'm not gonna keep it just you and me because we're just dating.
Okay.
You
So
know.
you don't. So from how you see it, if I'm understanding this correctly, dating is literally just dating. You're not putting more emphasis on it, or
Dating is just a tryout period
it's
to
just
me.
trials.
It's
It's just
like,
trials.
did you
It's just
make the
practice.
team? And then you could discuss it more, I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Since you did kind of touch on the financial part, um, in your relationship, if you since and you've been in both situations, does the finance become a final factor in your relationship, or is that just something that matters but don't matter to you?
I mean, obviously, I don't know. I've had different kind of relationships where I made more. I had different kind of relationships where they made more. I don't have a favorite. Like I said, I left a 14-year relationship because he didn't have time.
Mm-hmm.
Time was more important than how much money he made to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose someone who had more time than more money.
Okay. Now, so
Question. At what age is sneaky links just immature?
Never. Oh, is that an answer? No, because you can see. I got in trouble once because I said it had all the different types of sex, and I said the best sex was we're not supposed to be doing it sex, right? Technically that's a sneaky link, but that could also be like a toxic person that you're trying to get rid of, and you're just like, we're not supposed to be doing this right now. We're trying to work on our relationship. That's still a sneaky link. So you can do sneaky links with your partner,
Mm.
too.
And keep it entertaining. Does that? So
Yeah.
So keeping it. One thing. How can people follow you? Because I know you're on a couple multiple platforms.
Yeah, I just lost my Instagram. I made 2 new ones. Official Asian Kiwi and MISS Asian Kiwi, Miss Asian Kiwi. I also have a Twitter, XXX Asian Kiwi, but the old one is gone.
And it's so. How do you handle the haters? Do you pay them any mind, or do you kind of like? How do you really address those? Because in our industry, or not, I won't even say just in our industry, just when you become a person that other people recognize. How do you maintain that success and focus in that space?
I look at it as a positive, uplifting sort of thing. I just had a guy very very upset um, because I sent him a menu and he thought my prices were very overpriced. But what I did was I posted another video to make him mad because the only thing that you can do is your work. So if you're criticizing my work, then I'm just gonna show you more work, and then that's I look at it. How would that make me mad? I always look at the roles reverse. So when I do something, I'm always like, "Oh, this is gonna make the haters mad." Oh, that's my motivation. You know what I mean? But as far as monologue, I am very very calm. I don't talk back to people who are being dismissful or bad or bad mouthing. I usually just say, "Okay, love, have a good night." Or have a good day. And they're like, LOL, okay, yeah. And they can just either keep going or take it as it is. I don't react with them. I just send them best wishes. That's
Right.
all.
So
That would make me more mad because you're not mad.
right.
In psychological terms.
So you don't feed into the mess. For the most
No,
part.
because and eventually that's what they want from you.
That's fair. That's an honest. That's an honest real one. You don't give.
Or you don't give unnecessary energy to unnecessary energy.
Yeah, definitely.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Perfect. Perfect. Um, here's one. What are some of the benefits of a relationship versus everything else versus just dating? What makes you like prefer a relationship over just dating or being free?
Well, that's easy. The cuddling. Yes.
Oh my god!
It's the
Oh my
cuddling.
God.
The cuddling for me. I think buy one of those big bears from Walmart, and then I'll just take over the world with that.
Oh wow!
Just put a strap
Oh my god! She said, put that on.
That's it. Just get the big. Oh wow! You made me. Wow. That's it. Me and my bear are gonna take over the world.
Like, do you find yourself more open with guys or girls?
I had a friend that said that I am a. I forgot what it was called. Pansexual.
What does that mean?
It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. It's the connection.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but
So, folks, if y'all wanna,
I'm not gonna pretend that I understand a lot of the acronyms and the extra meanings behind that,
Yes.
because in our world we product like
We never talked about
we
it.
never talked about
We
it.
never talked about it.
Like
So
most
all
things
these
were
words
very
are coming
very
out.
straightforward. It was very
Yeah.
simple. If you were, and we had a club called Backstreet.
Oh yeah.
We had a club which was that catered directly to the male side. That was, mostly male. Then we had it's a club called In the Windows that catered more to the feminine. You know, and
Oh, I get what you mean.
right. So everybody had their location where that they felt the most comfortable to be free and express themselves, party, so on and so forth. Since then, some of it, not predominantly in Michigan, so to speak, but in other areas, they're allowing integration of that. Um, where that, you know, it hasn't been adopted, and I've some have slid in, and it didn't turn into nothing outrageous, but it was spaces where that like, hey, look, there's a way you handle yourself because each environment has their own etiquette, you know. And if you get outside, if you are just rude or don't follow certain etiquette rules when you're in an environment that's not conducive to your lifestyle, then you're going to be addressed. And there is no, and that I'm saying this clearly, there is no um, special treatment when it comes to the etiquette when it's based on the environment you're in. Like one of the rules we had is like if we still go by like gentleman rules. Yes. Like you must have a male escort if you go into a gentleman club. You know, unless other than that you're basically here to work. You're here to perform. Other than that, you wasn't allowed in simply because the rules of the game.
Which have changed.
Some girls will come in and try and steal the performer's money right there. And if they didn't have a male escort to basically come in and show that you're here to be a patron and stuff like that, instead you're being like slick with the entertainers, or you're trying to slide in and mooch in on customers that are here for other people, and not being respectful of the environment that you're in based off of that, then it says, and that happened a lot of times when guys, was coming in and they're trying to, you know, not support, but they're trying to, create other little dramas, and we had to kind of like, listen, you can have fun all you want. We don't care. If you're buying drinks and you're supporting and you're doing your thing, we don't care. But when you're sitting here trying to um, make it about you instead of about the show, then we're gonna have a issue. It's just very simple, black and white. Um, so it's interesting that now, since things have been more open, the meetings are now a little bit more confusing to me.
Yes.
I like to keep. I still want to keep it simple because it wasn't that complicated, and I have a lot. Um, of people in my family that we are in constant communication. We talk a lot. We hang out a lot. We host events together, different from different forms. And I've hosted every type of event on the planet. One way or another. It was never an issue until things started like overlapping on each other. Because then certain clientele don't feel comfortable with the other kind.
Yes,
and that makes
definitely, definitely.
like for me, that's just bad for business. Like we had a zero tolerance for fights. Like, I was very strict on fights, or because blood is bad for business on the street level, but fighting is bad for business in the club because now it takes all the attention away from. So we
Yeah, and you don't know who
security.
People know and who you're gonna have to meet again, and what position that person that you just fought is gonna be in, and
yeah. So it was a very very tight. Well, when I've been very blessed and fortunate. I've never had an incident on my watch at all. Um, but that's because the rules that I go by were the rules that I paid attention to. Like I was observant to the people. It's like if I can see someone not feeling like something might jump off, I'm on my security's head quicker. Like, hey, did you see that? Because if I saw it, I know you had to see it. You know, and
Yeah.
if you didn't see it, that was a concern on thing, and we paid, um, we paid above market price to make sure that we didn't have incidents, you know, with that, so it's very important that know that this is a space that you have. So I know I went on a little rant, you know, uh, just one moment here. All right, bet we're back again, and now it was funny that we just came back and she asked me a question that I think I'm about to shoot it back to her, and this is the threesome question.
Yeah.
You know, um, what's that? The MFM.
Yeah, I
So,
asked.
what is your preference when it comes to
I mean,
threesomes? You know,
the MMF is interesting because I never. Okay, so everyone knows the MFM, which is the traditional threesome.
wait,
But
pause. MFM.
male, female, male, right?
That's your preference?
That's the traditional preference.
Oh no, because it's male, female, female.
Okay, there's male, female, female, but I didn't know there was an MMF. I didn't know. You know, it's crazy to me because people are looking at my OnlyFans, but then there are also people out there who's looking at the other person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like the content could be for two people. It could be for one person. It could be for the other person. It could be for you. So now it's just so many different types of choices out there.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know that male touching with the female was an option as well.
Yeah, that was a new one to me. Yeah, that's a very new one to me. Yeah, that party don't shake well.
Yeah, but you gotta think if I'm doing content on my OnlyFans, there are a percentage of guys out there that are looking at the guy as well.
Touche. If you found your guy being that guy, does that would you maintain?
Oh my gosh! If I could find a male content guy, I would be with him forever. We would just lock the door, make money from home, and just order DoorDash all day.
Hey, so if that's the case, what are the are you taking applications right now? Or like what's the deal? Like what are your criteria for to have a? Is that something that you're setting down to make sure that's your relationship guy?
Yeah, I want a steady content relationship, I guess. I mean, I'm trying to look for that perfect, yeah, content stuff,
Right, content guy.
Stay like that.
Are there some rules? Like, is there some criteria or statutes that you really want them to have, for them to be your content guy?
They can't be pink.
Okay. No pinkies.
No pinks.
No pinkies.
Yeah, that's my only criteria, actually. I don't really prefer pink. Other than that, yeah, as long as you have the time and
the energy,
I guess, because I mean, yeah, content sells. People make a living off of it, and it's really crazy. The hoes are winning. Hoes are winning right now. I think Sexy Red was the best new artist.
Wow.
I know. That's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not scary. She's a good entertainer, artist, but it's crazy how outspoken Honus has become. That's a better statement to say. That it's just out there. Before, when dancers weren't it was frowned upon when they found out you were a dancer. Now it's like, hey, I'm a stripper. You know, it's a cool thing now. Was not like that.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be. I don't feel like, but it is.
Balance. Do you feel that there's still a balance that needs to be maintained in that space?
No. I mean, it is what it is. These sex cells. We didn't have the twerking and the ass shaking when we were younger in the music videos. Now it's everywhere.
Okay.
Don't you think?
I mean,
like, it's more accepted now.
Yeah, it's more normalized. Yeah, true. That it has been more normalized than before. Is it a good thing or bad thing?
I don't know. I just, when the little kids are singing it,
Well, that's how it always worked. The little kids set the tone for the industry to adjust. Like gangster rap wasn't a thing. We used to sing about love in the 90s.
Yes.
And gangster rap came on and took over. Then trap rap, or then it went from that to I can't stand that chick rap. You hurt my feelings rap. And then the girl saying you ain't crap rap. Then a lot of you ain't crap rap, but I'll still get my bag rap. Then I'm in a relationship privately, but I'm telling y'all hot and ready publicly. Hands on your knees. For real.
It's going too fast for me.
Yeah, so it's still a little faster than normal. You know.
Yeah, I'm not the type of person to jump on the bandwagon as soon as something happens. So it takes me a little bit to actually do something. So when the trend is finally not hot anymore, that's when I decide to jump on it.
Right.
It's like, oh wait, where did everybody go? Oh, we're off to the next trends. I missed it. You know.
Yeah, it does that make it more safer for you or comfortable? Because
I want to see what happens first. You know.
Mm-hmm. See how it play out.
Yeah, I'm not like, oh, I'm just gonna do it and see how. Yeah, no, I want to. Did you do it? All right. Who all is gonna be there too? Oh, are they doing it too? Yeah.
So what is some advice you would like to pass on to like up and comers nowadays?
Uppercomers nowadays, be a little bit faster. I mean, shoot. All these trends. If I would have had OnlyFans when the coronavirus happened, I would have blown up. But timing is everything. You know what I mean? Location is everything. Timing is everything. Environment is everything, and your support system is everything. You can have it and it'll be right time, wrong place. Mm-hmm. You know, right place, wrong time. You know, everything just. You take everything with a grain of salt, learn from the experience, and just keep moving. But, you know, try to bounce back faster than I did. You know, that's it. Just learn from your mistakes and stuff, and just keep going. I mean, in this business, there's so many different ways you can do it. So many different you know, it's not like, hey, we have to go to stripper college for 4 years and then we get our PhD the next 4 years. You know, you can do it any way. You can blow up any way. So it's just your way. That's all. What was in the stars for you.
Right. Fair enough. So again, how can people get in contact with you or reach out to you? You know, to book you, see what you got going on?
I would probably go through Twitter or try to contact you.
Alright, cool. So what's your Twitter again?
XXX Asian Kiwi.
There we go. It may keep it simple and like always. So there you have it. You have words from official Exoticprenuer that literally has lived it, done it, and is still climbing the mountains and going into newer heights. You know, we make it simple and make it easy. Now, you can meet her if you have not met her in real life, because this is real person. As you can see, they're sitting with me and I can touch them. See? Boom. So, in real life, this is real deal. I'm strong. Get real good. But tomorrow, March 23rd, we are actually having our Drunken Love Connection 313 event
It is a speed dating event and an after party where that everybody are able to mix, mingle, and support each other. We will have DJ music, and we will be able to just have fun. So if you're not in the building, make sure you get your tickets. Listen, get your tickets today because it is going live and going down tomorrow. Asian Kiwi will be in the building. A lot of other beautiful and amazing people will be in the building with good attitudes, good sense.
I can't wait until we get invited to a wedding from one of these.
Right.
Yeah, you did that. You did that.
You know, and that's one of the greatest things. So without further ado, all I wanted to share with y'all is make sure that y'all define your purpose, wear reply, stay healthy, let's be wealthy. Y'all, peace.